Warrborough is a large city situated in between all of the original Big Four railway companies. Back in the good old days, the sheds at Warrborough would mainly see engines from the Great Western Railway, but now the sheds see powerful Stanier designs, elegant streamlined A4 Pacifics, beautiful bullied engines, and graceful Collet, Churchwood and Hawksworth designs. The 1950s also saw the mighty BR Standard engines appearing on shed, but it was in 1957 when the sheds got a new mixed traffic engine. During the night, an engine rolled into the MPG light engine. No one was awake to greet her, so she simply went to sleep. In the morning, the crews arrived to get their engines ready for work. Oliver was a resident J15 and was the first to wake. From across the yard, Oliver noticed the sight of a Standard 5, paint shining and nameplates glistening. Oliver decided to introduce himself to the newcomer. "Hello, my name's Oliver. Welcome to the yard." The new engine looked startled, then she smiled a little.
Oh, hello. My name is Morgan.
"Pleased to meet you, Morgan. Have you come far?"
9 elves. I was allocated to the south.
"Ah, very good. Well, I'm sure you'll get on well here."
Thank you.
Simon, an LMS Stanier mogul, slowly woke and noticed a Southern Region Standard 5. So did 92 Squadron.
Good morning there.
Morning, I'm Morgan.
Simon, pleased to meet you.
Hello. Nice to see another Southern Region engine.
Morgan smiled at the sight of the Southern Railway Light Pacific. Presently, the yard foreman arrived and greeted the newcomer. "Ah, good morning, engines. I see you met Morgan. She's here to help with the goods traffic to the south coast and around the area." Morgan smiled as she had her fire lit. Many engines by this point have left the past of old rivalries behind, but there are some who haven't. On the day Morgan arrived, a Great Western Castle was on shed. He was very stuck in the old ways of the old GWR and was very opinionated. No sooner had he saw the Standard 5, he opened his gob.
"Oh great, a copy of a fair lemon engine."
Morgan looked hurt.
Now that's enough from you.
"Shut it, Stanier, you're in no place to talk."
A Churchwood mogul shot the castle a nasty look. Defiant snorted away to collect his coaches. "I'm sorry about him. He's very stuck-up and arrogant." The mogul gave a friendly toot of his whistle and he rolled away.
That's defiant. He's a right git.
You could say that again.
What did he mean by a copy of a failure of the engine?
Your design is heavily based off the LMS Stania Black 5, and the LMS and GWR were competitors during the old days of the big four railway companies.
Oh, I see.
Morgan proved to be a hard worker. She handled the goods traffic with ease. And passenger trains without fuss. And quickly she set in comfortably with the other engines. Later that day, Morgan met the mogul from that morning at Newton.
Oh, hello. You're that mogul from this morning.
Indeed I am. I'm George.
Morgan, nice to meet you.
Likewise, I'm sorry for Defiant's behaviour this morning.
It's alright. You travel far?
I'm based in Didcot, but most of my runs find me here. Lovely place. And the engines are nice. I'm sure you'll get on well here. Morgan was about to reply when Defiant rolled by with a passenger train. He'll knock himself to bits, he will. 5 minutes passed when the yardmaster walked up to the two engines. Defiant has burst 2 of his cylinders and ran a hotbox at New Walton, and I need an engine to rescue the train. I'll handle your next train, Morgan. I've got no more trains for the day, so you can teach that castle a lesson.
Right, I'll go, sir.
I'll tell the signalman you're coming. Morgan steamed away to collect the failed castle. Defiant was sulking as he had his fire dropped.
Of all the sodding luck!
Morgan sailed alongside.
Well, well, well. What do we have here, Castle? A fail engine?
Defiant said nothing.
Well, I suppose we better get going.
Morgan buckled up to the failed castle and her firemen coupled her up. As soon as the guard blew his whistle, Morgan rolled away, hauling the failed castle and his train. Morgan rolled into Warrborough just as the clock struck the hour. The express was only a minute late, but Morgan didn't mind, and neither did the passengers. Defiant just seethed. Later that night, Morgan was the center of attention. You really proved yourself today, young engine.
Thanks, Oliver.
That's how you give it to that stuck-up castle.
Hopefully that will teach Defiant a lesson.
What's going to happen to the Defiance anyway, George?
I'm taking him to Swindon to be repaired on my morning goods train to Didcot. Hopefully he'll stay on the western region for good.
You've really earned the respect of all the engines here, Morgan. Welcome to Warrborough.
Morgan was welcomed with a chorus of whistles, for she was now a resident of Warrborough MPD.